this is Anna from Koala Soap, and I haven't done a lot with neons because I'm afraid of them. They're just so bold. But I decided, I work with resin a lot, and if you'd see my other channel, All DIY Crafts, I'll leave the link below. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with neon micas in resin also. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try. I haven't decided which two colors because of course Kaylin's not here. I have just decided. I'm going to use Poppin' Pink from Stardust Micas, and I believe this one is Cosmic Blue. And we're going to use activated charcoal. I've had someone ask why charcoal. Well, because it gives a good black color in melt and pour soap base. They do have, some companies do have a black mica, but I've had this for so long, and until I use all this up, that's what we're going to use. We're going to be using brambleberry. The label's kind of faded off here, but it smells like fresh linen. So I'm going to go ahead and melt this down. I have approximately 14 to 15 ounces of crystal clear melt and pour soap and shea butter melt and pour soap base right here. And then I'm anticipating my 9. But if you saw my last video, I finally got it right. So what I'm going to do is once I have the ball made and put in here, I'm going to weigh it, and I'm going to say 24 ounces minus whatever's in here. And I wrote it here. It always wipes off. So I think I'm going to use an acrylic paint pen so it stays on, but every time I wash it, it starts to fade. So I'm going to go ahead and get these melted down, and we'll go ahead and get started. Everything melted down here. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing my micas, and I'm going to be putting them into these cups. And as you know, I'm going to do one color at a time in each of these because I've done it before in one past video where I've totally messed it up, and if you know the video, you know the video. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to turn on the music, and I'm going to start mixing. I'm going to use approximately 7 mLs because I'm using 24 ounces, and my rule is 5 mLs per pound. And so since we're at 24, and I know we're going to be at 24, I'm going to use 7 mLs total of our scent. I won't put the scent in until it's under, ideally 140. And once you put the scent in, it's going to cool down even more. I'm going to attempt to use all the skin so that there is absolutely no waste. So I like to show the thermometer, but the thing is when I try to speed up the video so you're not watching the slow drawn out thing, the thermometer gets mixed. So always know that I will not pour until it's under 140 or 150. That being said, with this particular design, I like to have a lot of skin in there. So sometimes I'll wait for it to be a little bit cooler, and I'll try to make a note of that for you guys as I'm just playing music so you guys know. Also, if you visit the website, koalasoap.com, all of these articles will be up with the pour times and the how hot they were, etc. Okay, links to everything I'm using are below, and let's get started. quick break from the music. What I just did is I poured the opaque melt and pour soap first because it takes longer to cool down. These are all under 130, so they should really start cooling down pretty fast now, especially because this is much cooler. The scent was much cooler. The micas with the alcohol was much cooler, so it's going to cool down fairly quickly. What I did do is I mixed a little bit of the blue here to see if it would go into the color, which it did, and that's fine. It's going to work itself out in the end. I don't want to do that all the time though. And what I've done here is I've just taken a little bit of the glycerin and I just dropped it on top, and I know you can't see that, but I wanted to see if it sank or if it stayed on top. This stayed on top, so that tells me that I can maybe pour a really light glycerin on top of it now, but let's see. So it's all staying on top. I'll see if I can zoom in. Probably not, because I'm not good at this. Well, we'll keep it at this so that maybe you can get a closer look at what's going on here. So I just dropped the pink in and it's staying on top. And it's staying on top of the blue glycerin too. So it should be okay to pour over. You can pour the first 2 layers just fine, as long as you know you just kind of keep them apart. But let's see what happens. So they're staying on top. So let's go ahead and continue our pour. If I see that it muddles a little bit like that, that's fine. I'm going to just go all the way to the skirts because, as you know, we're just going to work it and then we're just going to make it all work in the long run anyway. So back to the music. Okay, we are back. My phone may go off because Kaylin has a little bit of a contact dermatitis that I think she touched a desk that has some kind of cleaning fluid on it that didn't agree with her. So if my phone goes off, I apologize. I'll try to edit it out. But in the meantime, we are going to go ahead and peel this up, and then we are going to smash it down. And then a new thing that we're going to do with this is I'm going to weigh it in this mold. So we're going to go ahead and smash this down. Sorry, my phone did go off. We're going to weigh it, then we're going to minus this number from 24, and then we will melt our crystal clear melt and pour whatever amount we need. I already have my alcohol in my cup, and we'll mix the charcoal. So let's get going. Okay, I did something I should have done. I should have weighed this empty before I put everything in here, but that's fine. So what I'm doing is if I see something that's like a little big, I am gonna tear it up so it's smaller. That way we can see more of these colors. You'll notice I didn't make a real hard compressed ball this time. That's because I really, when I do that, and I like the rustic look of some little pockets in there, but I think it would make this color, the black, go in between much easier. So this is already pretty much chopped up, so unfortunately I need to measure this without the soap in it and then minus, so that was an issue. Sorry about that. Yeah, we live and learn. But now we'll have it because I'll have this video recorded and I will know how much this weighs. So let's put it on our scale. Tear it to 0. So this is 8.3. 8.3 ounces. Okay, so now we're going to put everything back in. Hopefully just as lovely as we did before. I'm not sure I'll get the pieces in exactly as they were. But let's go ahead and do this again. Okay, so what I did was I redid this. I actually put all of everything in here because the one thing I thought, I didn't want a lot of open gaps, so I kind of did compress it down. It's still not a compressed ball, okay? So I have 12 ounces of colored melt and pour soap base in here. This is a 24-ounce mold. So then I took and I put 12 ounces, so 12 and 12 is 24. I took another 12 ounces of crystal clear melt and pour and I put it into this cup. So we're going to go ahead and melt it down. This seems like a lot to me, but I think it's because usually I can compress this down and I can get a lot more soap in there. The only thing I really didn't get in there was the skins, and we'll see how this goes because when I pour this in, sometimes it melts it down a little bit more. But if not, I have an idea for the skins, so we'll use the skins. We'll do something with them. But anyway, let's go ahead and melt this down and get it ready to go. Okay, we have it melted down. This is currently at 152, good temperature. I'm going to add in another 1.5 of my scent. Okay, that's going to cool it down just a little bit more. And then we are going to prepare our charcoal. So I'm going to take the charcoal, and it's over here. It's like at the corner. Let me see. Can I move something? There. Oh, move it closer. There. Okay. So I already have my alcohol in there. We're going to put some charcoal in there. Put the lid on it because I will drop that. I will make a mess. I thought about doing glitter in this, but I thought that might be a little bit too much. So we're going to mix this very well. We're going to pour it in. We have a beautiful, beautiful black soap here. Oops. Now, another thing that I usually do is I would put a chopstick through here and start doing that to it. I'm going to really try not to do that because I did compact it down a little bit, but again, I didn't make this big circle. So let's see what we're at right now. It says we're at 139 to 140. I think we're safe. You know what? I'm going to pour a little bit right here and see if it melts this soap. It did not. Okay. I kind of would like it to be a little bit lower, but I can't have it too low. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this to get to like 130, 135, and then I'll pour. So when you see me again, we've hit that temperature. Okay, we're at 130, well, 134, so we'll go ahead and pour. We are really close. We are like maybe an ounce, I don't know, maybe an ounce away because it's like right there at the lip, and I'm going to need to put some more crystal clear in there because I need to make sure this sticks together. So we were a little off this time, but that's okay. We're not that far off. So I'm going to finish this up off camera and then we will be back to the cut. Okay, it's done and I've unmolded it and it looks beautiful. I mean, it really looks beautiful. I don't know why I didn't do this design before. The one thing I'm kind of curious about is whenever I do a glycerin on a glycerin or a clear soap base on a clear soap base, sometimes I'm worried I won't see the design. So we're going to find out right now if I do or not. So let's cut this. Oh, wow. Guys, look at that. And you can tell, well maybe you can't tell, but okay, so up here is a glycerin blue, and I guess the glycerin pinks are standing out pretty good. But if you notice, the shea butter melt and pour really pops in the black. It really pops. And so that's one of the reasons I always kind of shied away. So I can tell you the blue, you can see it. If you were here, you would be able to see it. But it doesn't pop like the shea butter does. So good to know. The pink popped, both of them. Oh, I have a little piece of soap that fell off here. Okay. So it's really important that you don't, when you're cutting these, that you don't pull the, oops. Pull the soap off sideways, meaning twist it like in a clockwise or counterclockwise position, because what happens is you can actually smear the soap if it's not completely set. If you're like me and sometimes you're impatient. It's beautiful. Wow, it's striking, absolutely striking. And I did it without Kaylin having to pick the colors. Okay, last one. Beautiful. Wow. That is really stunning. That is stunning. I am really happy with this design. and we were only 1 ounce off this time. Now I do have the shavings left over, so we're going to come up with something to do with those. But oh, these are just strikingly beautiful. So this was the charcoal was put into clear soap base because if I put it into the shea butter, it's just going to look gray, and I wouldn't have gotten this color. This looks beautiful, and I'm so happy I did this design. Okay, everybody, we will see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and all the products I'm using are down below. See you soon.